Hi there, and welcome to... Oh, fuck's sake, Aaron, you piece of shit. You fucking smelly bastard. Right. Hi there, and welcome to another episode of the Astartes Anonymous podcast. Today, Aaron, Moots, and I are bringing you a harken back to our original episode where we discussed the bedtime prowess of the Primarchs. Except this time, we'll be discussing the prowess of the different Xenos factions. And also joining us today, once again, is the incredible The Gaming Storyteller, aka the Dutch 40k guy, aka Alex.
Hello there.
And so, once again, I've been sealed in an airtight chamber with an Englishman with a crippled understanding of the English language.
Go fuck yourself.
A Dutchman with a taste for shrimp fried rice. And a Swedish man hoping that today will be the day he can finally delve face first into the Tyranids. I'm your host, Tom, and these are my co-hosts.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Lucas, or better known as Moots.
I am Aaron, and God will not forgive the sins we are about to commit.
Hi, I'm Alex, the Gaming Storyteller, and I'm super excited to be back here with you guys about a very interesting topic today.
It's great to have you back again, Alex. Just for the audience, we've been sat with Alex for the last hour or two, just chatting away in this little private Discord channel. It's been a good bit of fun, although it was quite funny because we lost Red at the very last minute today. He had some emergencies he needed to tend to, and it was actually whilst we were recording the last episode. We recorded this episode and the last episode back to back, so we were literally here with Chrono the Harlequin, aka live at the Black Library, only minutes ago for us. And we had Alex here jump in the voice chat with us. It had a fun little back and forth, but I sent Alex a message saying, "Hey man, are you busy?" And Alex is like, "No." I'm like, cool. Do you want to do the podcast tonight? Yeah, that's fine. All right, it's a Tyranid sex tier list. What?
Say what?
Reading that prompt was quite an experience.
But I am very happy we've got you today, Alex, to help us on this journey into understanding and helping Moots attain entry into the Tyranids.
Run what you can.
Oh my god.
Run as fast as you can.
I think as fellow creators, it's important that we help each other achieve our dreams, and today, hopefully, Moots' dreams will come true.
We will help you, Moots.
Absolutely. Thank you. I also just want to point out that this prompt was my idea, so yes, this is all my fault.
Thank you, Moots.
No problem.
Truly my pleasure.
Exactly.
So moving on to our models of the week. We have another two, as per usual, except once again, because we've got our beloved Alex on as a guest, we actually asked Alex to pick one today. And Alex, would you like to give away our first one for us, please?
All right, so we have a Goth Rocker, which is, by the way, one of my favorite models ever. I've probably painted about 20 throughout my career as a commission painter. So I just absolutely love that model.
Jesus.
You can paint him in so many different ways, and there's so much you can do with it. And in this case, XXX_pussy_XXX did an amazing job at just capturing the complete feel of the model. I freaking love it. I like the red, white, and blue. As a Dutchman, I can very much enjoy that. So I thought it was a good pick for today's model.
Yeah, absolutely. It's excellent. It's really well painted. I mean, we actually showed off something by the Unmentionables respecter in the last episode with Chrono. It was the
Angry Marines. Those glorious bastards.
Yes, it was his Angry Marines, and it's really great to see that someone who paints Space Marines so well isn't just restricted to that one sort of avenue. In fact, I'd go as far as to say he's painted this better than he painted his Angry Marines.
The skin tones are incredible. Like the scarring on like the skin, the overall color blends. Looks amazing.
It's excellent, yeah.
The Uncle Sam vibes are very good. Very good indeed.
That squig is experiencing some things.
Pain.
It's going to be experiencing better things than some of the squigs we're about to mention, though.
Oh, no.
Anyways, for our second model of the week, selected by our beloved Moots. Moots, would you like to give away this one?
Yes. We have Wolfram the Regulator, who has a wonderful kit badge here. This is actually a kind of rework he did of it, because that's not the original arm nor the original backpack. He's actually removed those originals and magnetized and repainted them to make this. And I think he's going to use it as a cipher proxy for a game.
Oh, the two pistols. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I don't know. It's really lovely. Anything by Wolf, honestly, is super sweet.
Wolf's color work is honestly amazing. It always impresses me just how wonderful it is how much of a visual treat his models are.
That object source lightning on like the plasma pistol is beautiful.
It's utterly insane.
Chef's kiss.
It's quite funny because in the Discord, if you join our Discord, link below, please come and say hello. If you want help learning to do OSL at a beginner's level and to take that beginner's level further, the best thing you could possibly do is join our Discord and ping Wolf. I've seen him now teach and show at least two people, how to do OSL, and it's really excellent, you know?
Yes.
Anyways, gentlemen, shall we move on to our prompt?
It's quite a meaty subject, yes.
Yes, please.
Yeah, we all down for some shenanigans this evening?
Indeed.
Of course we are.
Excellent. So, without further ado, here's your prompt for today, gentlemen, for this very Astartes Anonymous brand of idiocy we have baked for you today.
Go back to our roots.
Oh, yeah. Through means and reasons known only to Tzeentch and Slaanesh, you are each of you today isekai'd one by one onto a planet, world, or realm inhabited by each of the Xenos races. And as part of their great game, Tzeentch and Slaanesh have combined forces to make each of these races, one by one, want to do their best to pleasure you. How well do each of them fare? So, I think we're going to start with the Craftworld Eldar, the Eldari from the Craftworlds. Any suggestions, gentlemen?
Strong start. I'd put him in skilled. Because that fucking Eldusi's so good, even Gilliman got him, got it going, man. Like, the things I do to your brain would be unspeakable, that's all I'm saying.
I don't know if a rain is the standard.
Doesn't matter if she's the standard, but she's one of them.
You gotta remember, when the Cataclysm happened and all the Eldar were gobbled up by Slaanesh, these were the guys that went, nah, fuck that, we have no interest in your pleasurable lives. We have no interest in your debauchery. I suspect they're probably lower than most on this list. Maybe not at the bottom, but I suspect they're not doing too well.
Okay, so I see what your point, and I think I honestly would put them either skilled, low skilled, or high competent. That's my kind of thinking here, because as you said, yes, they are the ones that ran away from all that shit, but they are the ones who ran away from the real debauchery. That's not to say then that they're not good at what they're doing. I think
traditional lovemaking.
Yes, exactly.
I see.
So it depends on what you like, you see. But I think I'm putting them definitely on low, probably low skill, maybe middle.
Low skilled, maybe middle. Okay, I think that's a fair take.
So I was going to say, in response to your comment, Tom, before, I was going to say, like, a poor worker blames his tools, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter if they're good. But as long as you get the most out of it, then, like, different issue, man.
No, I see what you mean. However, we have to keep in mind that there's other things on this list that we could, think about putting higher or lower. And we have to take that into account when we start putting these. Although that doesn't mean to say at the end we can't go back and move stuff around. Yeah. I think that's an entirely fair thing to do. I personally suspect, because we've got the 4 different Eldaris on here. We've got, I hope we're not missing anything. We probably are, knowing me, since I'm the idiot who set this up. We've got the Craftworlders, we've got the Exodites, we've got the Drukhai and the Harlequins. Yes. I suspect out of those 4, I would probably put these guys in the bottom 2 out of those 4.
Damn.
And so for that, I would have a hard time putting them any higher than competent.
Oh,
all right.
Oof, rough.
I think within every discussion we need a counterpoint. And I think that's why I've been invited here today, because I think we also need to approach, what are you getting? If you are getting a striking scorpion, I can imagine the stealth, doing it in the bushes, understanding the basics of nature around you as you do it. Don't forget, these are the high elves of the setting. These are the people, these are the characters and the creatures that feel the most. So yes, the loving way of intercourse will be the way they do it. But have you considered howling banshees? Because howling banshees are the raging berserkers of the Eldar. Yeah. And I'd imagine, as they are screamers, it'd be a pretty good time. So I think if you balance it all out, I'm going to give it a low skilled in this case. Just
low
skilled.
skilled. So we've got 2 low skills and 1 competent. What do you think, Aaron?
I put him in skilled. My first point was skilled.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a very easy start to this thing. We're setting the standard. The Eldari Craftworlds going into skilled. I think that's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't think that's a terrible decision.
Good job.
Personally, I'd have had them lower, but I can see how we've come to this heinous conclusion.
It's a matter of perspective, my boy. Right, go broaden your mindset.
No, that's okay. Listen,
there is options. There is options within the Craftworlds.
Well, I think playing devil's advocate for the Craftworlds, because they are the high elves and they are all of them ancient, truly, truly ancient.
Experienced.
Yeah. They're like maybe I'm kind of defeating my own point here. They're kind of like the cougars of the universe,
They can drag it out for months.
Yeah. And they'll never make you, because they're not the Drukhai or the Harlequins, they'll never make you feel like they're being used,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important. That's an important distinction from Craftworld. That's okay, I get that. That's fair.
Yeah, well, that was not a comparison I was ready for, but that's entirely true. That's entirely true. Yeah, no, I definitely see what you mean. They are traditional, but they got the skills. It's not just the missionary. They will also put a pillow under your back and
make you feel special.
Mm-hmm.
Probably kiss you, during,
Oh,
nibble on your ear.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe whisper the odd thing here and there. You know what, Moots? You've convinced me. They are skilled. You've convinced me.
Yay! We did it, boys.
Shall we talk about the godforsaken Necrons?
No.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Where to even begin here? Wow.
It's not
I'm
a good one.
I'm thinking, baseline Necron, useless. You're not gonna find anything nice there.
Mm-hmm.
But potentially when you go up into the higher ranking Necrons, you might start to find some, I would say, probably competent and even skilled people. Not that they have any use for it. I don't know what the fuck they would do. I don't know. Maybe there's some Necron tech that I don't know about that allow them to, I don't know, the fabled Cyberdonks. There we have it. That's what the fucking...
Well, that's interesting you say that. I think that kind of cuts down their demographic a little bit, because I have no doubt after your Cyberdonks comment that the Necrons, if they were compelled, could probably pleasure a woman pretty well.
Or a man, for that matter.
Between all the mechanical assistants, However, I would still suspect that they would lose hard on the male demographic. I don't want no cold fucking fingers wrapped around me in any which way. These cold, hard, metal fucking... It's not for me, guys.
This is where you find out.
I would confidently put the Necrons in useless.
I agree with that. Even if they all come in built in with a vibrator, they're going in useless. I'm not having that. It's not for me, boys.
Even if they made you feel really good, even if they were all competent, the second you look up at that Necron face, man, that's a boner killer if I've ever heard one.
Okay, so I'm just saying about your whatever man won't like it. I'm just saying, Infinite and Divine, Trazyn and Oric, or Orican, they're gay. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. That strong gay vibes there.
Yeah.
There's nothing straight about those.
There is clanking going on in the background. There is definitely clanking going on.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, boys.
whilst
second
I
one.
Whilst I suspect that you could well be right, I have a hard time, based on our prompt, I have a very, very, very hard time believing that Trazyn or Orkan are going to be present for this particular shindig. And if they were, I somehow imagine those two would get away with being unaffected by the warp bullshittery.
Probably.
I will
Yeah.
accept
Moots,
nothing
I'm
less.
very sorry, but I have to tell you that Trazyn and Orkan, they ain't gargling your balls, son.
No!
Like, I thought you were here for the Tyranids. What are you fucking simping over these cold metal robots for?
I can play multiple teams, alright? Let me be.
Oh, fuck. I take it back. What do you think, Alex, about these cold, hard metal men?
So, if I look at the facts and I think about the way it would work, I have never really been attracted to having intercourse with a vacuum cleaner, and I think I'd like to keep it that way. Because
You made me spit out my drink.
Roomba with a flashlight.
it's like for Trazyn the Infinite, I might make an exception, but for the overall, I have never wanted intercourse with a vacuum cleaner, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm going to put them in useless.
Oh my god. Well,
This is the panic reaction
you're
of
an
Tom.
entirely
Just-
reasonable man with some reasonable logic.
Thank you.
Oh my god.
So shall we put them in useless, gentlemen?
Sure, that checks
That
out.
was a strong comment, my boy. It takes a lot to get Tom to spit rather than swallow. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, goodness. You dickhead. So next up, gentlemen and moots. We have the Tyranids.
Fucker. Aye.
Hey, let's go.
They're called a Tyranid warrior for a reason, Moots.
So I'm kind of sad that Kronos isn't here for this because he would be strongly backing my corner here.
Chrono the Harlequin.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
I got
of
you.
course.
I got you.
Thank you.
We'll get
So
on speed dial.
I'm just saying. Have you seen the mouths of some of these?
Oh my god, yeah, I have.
Well, I'm actually going to go out on a limb. I think you might have gone into this thinking I would be against your stance. I'm actually not.
Okay.
Let me tell you one thing. So, unlike the others, the Tyranids have the advantage of having not really any named characters, so you have the full might of the Tyranid hive mind behind you. And if you were on that planet, that world, that hive ship, whatever, for more than an hour or two, and they're all dead set on giving you a good time, I guarantee you, you're getting your own bioform for it. I don't know what it's going to look like, and I don't know if I want to think about what it's going to look like, but by God, is it going to do well.
It's going to be a lictor.
Like, if you want to go through it, we've got shit like Harrispexes, fucking Toxic Queens, Venom Thropes, Lictors, Norn Queen, Big Chief Norn Queen. There's a
big
on that thing
Norn
fucking
Queen.
somewhere.
Emissary,
You just gotta find
yes.
it.
What's that fucking thing with a giant cannon on its back? The new one.
A Biovore.
Biovore?
Yeah, there.
You just stand on the Biovore's shoulders and just kind of
Turvagon.
punch back and forth, hoping for the best.
Turvagon writes itself if you look at that fucking thing.
Oh,
God. Oh.
what about
I mean, it even appeals to the Scalies because you got Harrodans and everyone just had a single thought about that was to fuck a dragon, man. All right, that's what I'm saying. There's something for everyone at Tyranids. Flesh gods or pleasure gods. So easy.
Have any of you guys seen that science fiction horror film from I think it was the late 90s called Species?
No.
I knew exactly which one you were talking about when you said that. I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
All right, I'll put a little for the audience. I'll put one of the Species posters on the screen right now. I suspect it'll be a Species situation.
Discord movie night idea? Yes.
Oh god.
I mean, I think, Tom, you are right. They would make a bioform just for you. And if anything, you can just go the Genestealer, like, Kiss route. But I see we have Genestealer Cults for later, so I'm going to put that to the side. But I say just a Genestealer itself, like the raw bioform, They have the little pipey throat that comes out with an extra mouth.
Listen, when they called them Genestealers,
Yeah.
they
have to get it from somewhere, Tom.
They gotta get your genes somehow.
Not the denim ones.
No.
Oh man. But seriously,
Most cursed sentence of 2023.
Whilst I am happy to put them in the pleasure gods category, I guarantee you, out of all the Tyranid bioforms, the last one I'm going anywhere near is a Genestealer. But it's quite funny. Actually, we actually have to quote Chrono the Harlequin, aka Live at the Black Library. We spoke to him about this simple topic a little while ago, and he actually said to bring up, now put it on the screen now, the Neurolictor.
Oh no.
And I won't go into details, I don't want to get done for slander, but he spoke to us a little bit about the pose of the model, the seductive leg raise, the elegant curves.
Oh no,
model.
he's right.
Yeah, he
Oh
is.
no.
And the big old tentacle.
He is. It's terrifying, but the man's not wrong.
Now, if you want to get really into it, look at the psychophage, right? That's all I'm saying.
Aaron, you need to leave.
Tyrant
just
guard, I don't know.
that.
They're blind.
I mean, if you're into Vor, I'm sure this psychophage would be great.
I'm going to
Almost
give them
certainly.
a high skilled level because they can produce just for you.
I would give them pleasure gods for that same reason.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I think so too. I think it would come out as the perfect living bioform that the fucking hive mind has ever created.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, this is it. One of the psychonids scans your mind. The hive mind gets to work. Half an hour later, you've got something pretty fucking perfect, you know?
By unanimous decision. Tyranids,
Pleasure gods.
top of the board.
We're going to have some problematic comments. I can see them now.
Oh, for sure. But that's what we're here for.
It's only one Google search away.
We lit this fire, okay? We did this.
Oh, goodness. And next up, we actually have another Eldari race. I've marked these down in my notes as the Exodites. I don't know how much differently the Exodites will fare from the Craftworlders. My Eldari lore is minimal.
Pleasure gods. Hands down. Pleasure gods.
Oh.
Let me bring the point. So, we talked about how the Eldar, they are long-living, but because the normal Craftworld Eldar have to really keep like a close look on their soul, they can't overdo it.
Yeah.
Well, the Exodites, they have their world spirits, but they're also in a more tribal state. You are getting fucked.
Oh, they can cut loose.
They can cut loose without being weird about it.
Yeah.
You will get fucked.
I like
I
that look.
see. I see.
Thousands of years of experience, tribal style,
Tribal
and you're
style.
getting railed.
Complete with throat singing and everything.
They can literally go primal on you. Oh my god.
They go monkey on you.
So, are you saying the way I'm so sorry? I might be making a leap of logic in my mind here, but it sounds like you're saying that if the Craftworlders are cougars, it's almost like you're saying the Exodites are kind of the MILFs of the setting. You know?
Yes.
That same kind of experience, but happy to get a bit freaky, you know?
Yeah, I agree to that.
Ooh, that's a very interesting take.
You know what? I was gonna put them lower than the Craftworlders at first because of my internal reasoning, but I'm actually convinced by that statement. I think they're actually probably up at pleasure gods.
We have actually neglected a demographic a little bit here because I want to talk about in the same way we can't mention MILFs without mentioning DILFs. And I'm going to use that word again later on, but I'll let you guys sit on that one for a bit. But I suspect
It's coming.
I suspect that if the Exodite ladies have all these talents, I would be willing to suspect the male Exodites could match it. I reckon they'd have some cracking DILFs. The Exodites.
I mean, like I said, they go monkey on you. They'll go monkey on you.
But they're going to be weird about it. You know?
Exactly. Because they have skill.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good. I'm convinced.
So I think for me, after sitting on it for a second, I feel like high skilled or low pleasure gods. They definitely have to go above the Craftworlders, but I still would put them below the Nids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
I'd put them forefront of skilled. Yeah.
What do you reckon, Moots and Alex? What do you reckon? Low pleasure gods or high skilled?
I am personally going for low pleasure gods.
Oh, okay. Moots?
I think low pleasure god.
Low pleasure gods. Well, I'm happy to submit to that. Definitely below the Nids, though.
Definitely below the Nids.
My reason for high skilled is, it's like super fucking greasy feral sex, whatever you want to call it, but it's nothing more than that. Tyranids customized to you and like shit like that.
Yeah, but there's still elves. You'll get the loving too.
Yeah, but you get that with the Craftworlds as well, though, and they're not in pleasure gods. So my reasoning.
Craftworlders are too restricted, man. I feel like the only thing that the Nids certainly outplay the Exodites, but there's one thing the Exodites do have on the Nids. They're still below the Nids, in my opinion, but there is one thing they have on them.
As love.
Well, I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, I guess so. I was going to say the Exodites will actually be nice to look at. That Tyranid bioform is going to have to put in a lot of work to be nice to look at.
Yeah. Psycho manipulation right there, Chief. Just changes.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
But to be fair, the Eldari are a psychic race. Who says they can't do something similar too, you know?
Yeah. Point proven.
They can enthrall you.
Point proven.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, the Exodites have dinosaurs.
Have dinosaurs, yeah.
That is a side option if you are scared.
I fuck Exodites.
Inside the dinosaur, Moots.
I fuck Exodites just to get to the dinosaurs, okay? It's a front.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant, Tom. What I meant is you could recreate like a Witcher scene, but instead of on top of a unicorn, you do it on top of a dinosaur.
I'd ride the dinosaur.
I'm sorry, you know old internet like AOL like cursed videos being sent around.
Yeah. This is one of them.
Did you ever watch Walk the Dinosaur?
No.
Right. Well, you can Google that on your own time. The dinosaurs are not a thing in their favor, mate. They're still up there, but let's not mention the dinosaurs. I don't want fuck. I'm sure there's someone watching here who's like, and yes, like Aaron said with the scalies, that guy ain't me. Sorry, lads. Shall we discuss the godforsaken Drukhai?
I think the selection here is obvious, whether we like it or not.
Really?
I think it's a pleasure god scenario, because even if you don't like what you're looking at, they're going to do a damn good job, because that's what they do for a living. They made a whole chaos god about it, for God's sake.
I do kind of have a little bit of a counter for that. Because with the prompt, they'd obviously want to make you feel pleasure, right? Of course they would. But the Drukhai, after thousands and thousands of years, have a very, very twisted sense of what pleasure actually is.
Yeah.
In truth, I could see Drukhai hitting any and all of the categories on this list for a plethora of reasons.
So, and obviously the picture here is butt fucking ugly on the bottom left.
Yeah, but use your imagination.
No. But then you think of like Lilith Harris, whatever the fuck the psychic character is. And that's a different story entirely, man, right there. That's like a brain sort of deal. And that bitch ain't too fucked up in the head.
I would.
Yeah, exactly. There we go.
I would.
Man off my own heart right there.
That's entirely fair. Personally, though, out of all of these, I think about the different planet, realm, or ship, or what have you, I'd end up stuck on, despite the prompt, and despite presumably knowing about the prompt, the Drukhai are the only ones I would... one of only two on this list I would be scared for my life, regardless of the prompt about.
That's part of the pleasure, man. Think about it. I'm gonna calm down here.
Different strokes for different folks.
No, I'm fucking idiot. No. Some people might enjoy that. Not me, no.
No, you're right. You're right. And I think we should take that into account as well. There are plenty of people watching right now who would look at the Drukhai and how the Drukhai orchestrate themselves. And, shit, they're the only people on this list that could really pull off the goth vibe if they really tried. And I know that's a huge thing in a lot of people's favor. I'm not going to pretend it's not.
Damn straight.
So I would put them high competent or low skilled at the very least. I think they definitely deserve one of those two. At least.
Because they're in the wide range of just about being able to do everything from the highest pleasure to the lowest pleasure, I just think competent is a fair shot. Because You're gonna really love some stuff, you're gonna really hate some stuff.
Yeah.
They're the kind of, to be fair, you're right. The Drukhai are the kind of people who will warn you that it's going in the back door a few moments after it's already gone in the back door.
That pain you're feeling, by the way, don't worry about it.
The pain will go away in a minute. Just don't tense up. And it's like, I don't know.
I'm saying low skilled. All right.
High competent, I think, is the call for me.
I agree. High competent.
What do you reckon, Alex? You want to pick for us?
I'm gonna shoot for competence. So high competence, I agree to.
Right.
High competent.
Fair.
Too many variables. Too many variables. It could be great. It could be horrific. There's just it's just too much.
I think out of everything, they're gonna give you the highest experience, like the highest highs, but also the lowest lows.
Yeah.
It's very much a roll the dice on what one you get.
Well, that's it.
You could get a
That's it.
succubus, win, or you could get a fucking Kronos. That's a lose.
I don't want to think about that. That's not a pleasant thought, my friend.
So it's
What fucked up fucking Drukhai thinks, we have to pleasure this little human, yes. Send in the Kronos.
it's got tentacles that will do.
Absolutely terrifying. Next up we have the Genestealers. Now, I'm going to throw just a little bit of context here, just because I'm biased and I like to force my bias upon people. I think the Genestealers, there are plenty of distinctions between the Genestealers and the Tyranids. The Genestealers do not have the same capacity to create bioforms that the Genestealers do.
No.
And with that in mind, I would honestly have to put them... I shouldn't say a tier so early on whilst talking about them, but I would find it very difficult to put them anywhere other than meh, honestly, to be frank. However, I'm open to being convinced of something else.
So, like, the only argument for that I can think of to put them over meh, and this is... I would say that's simply because of them being able to put you into a what the fuck is it called? A trance. They can make you think that everything is nice. They can make you think that everything is good. I don't know how that translates into pleasures, but if they can make a human think that their horrid mutant baby is a totally normal kid, then maybe. And so that would be an argument for me, I think, at least to put them probably as low competent, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I can just about get behind that. I'd still put them up to meh, high end of meh, honestly, but I can kind of see what you mean. What do you two guys got?
My take.
I think... Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
Wait for you to wait for me. Fuck it. So my take, first point. If you get an aberrant, you're in for a bad time. But that's second case being is
I suspect that would be a horrible time.
Second case
gonna be
being
quick.
Is that with all the sort of psychic powers that Genestealer Cults have, it's obviously all deception and control and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you get a female Magos going to town, hitting you with the hypnosis at the same time, that shit's gonna be ridiculous.
Okay.
And then mix that with any sort of potential quotations lucky sort of Tyranid like things that could enhance the sort of situation a bit more, then it falls back into the sort of realm of normal Tyranid pleasure compared with, so added on with like sort of mind control powers. I'm going to put them in low skilled, high competent. And you think like the best possible situation is probably still really fucking good, to be fair.
Yeah. Aaron, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to fuck one of those sexy Magoses?
Bro, unspeakable things. Unspeakable things. I ain't gonna hide it, man. The female Magos can fucking get it. Easy decision of my life. Powerful ass bad bitch that can make it even better. Fucking yeah, go for it. Whatever, man.
The question is, if you have no hair to pull, what do you do? Then do you just
get a plunger? Fucking. Easy ass, man. Modern problems, modern solutions. Right?
Genestealer Magos in the head.
Shake the magic 8-ball for good luck.
I said what I said.
Often fantasize about sexual scenarios involving a toilet plunger, Aaron.
It's a simple fix, right? If you don't know that, you're too innocent.
Fucking hell. What do you think, Alex?
So I'm gonna have to cheat a little bit here to give a good answer because the trans thing is a very good point. But if I land on this planet and I have a choice, like in the end, the Genestealer is going to the Genestealer cult one is going to look like the most like a normal human.
Sure, yeah.
Like I have a choice now. We have options.
Yeah.
And within that context, I put them at meh. But with the trans thing they can do to you, I'd put them at low competent. Because it's a little extra spice.
No, that's
but
fair.
if you have a choice, might as well go for something spicy.
Yeah. I think I sadly and terrifyingly think I'm starting to buy into what Aaron's buying. Aaron's selling.
Oh no.
Also, it's worth mentioning, because I didn't mention it before, is that there's nothing at all saying one of those fucking people wouldn't get a mouth like a fucking Harlequins or a psychophage, right? That's a mutation that's entirely possible.
That's not in your favor. That's actually the other direction.
You don't know that. How would you know?
What about you, Moots?
The variation is insane.
God. Oh, I still think I'm where I stand before. I think they're competent.
I think I have to agree. I would put them incompetent. I think that Aaron sold me just enough, and they've probably got just enough consistency that I'd put them ahead of the Drukhai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Drukhai, it's a roll of the dice with them, but with the Genestealers, I suspect
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I suspect it's always going to be a good time. It might not be an amazing time, but if there's a Magos about, you might be okay.
Yeah.
And unlike the fucking Drukhai, they're not going to fucking hurt you or put something in your ass without them fucking telling you about it first.
Get that fucking thing away from me.
So, can we agree on high competent for the Genestealer cults?
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's fair. They really brought a beast out of me. I don't know what took me over then, but that was that was something from deep inside speaking then.
It was the Magos, Aaron.
I might have a thing. I might have a thing for bold girls. That's a new one. I'm learning something about myself here.
You know what? As much as I respect any taste, I respect that. I really hope you find your muscle mommy, Genestealer Magos lady. I really do.
I appreciate that, man.
Something Magosy.
Magos.
Moots, you're a criminal.
I'll be back in 10 seconds. One very quick moment.
Moot, have you considered cross-dressing?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He didn't say no, Aaron.
He did. I wasn't a no.
That depends. Do I get paid?
Yeah, dick. Right, I'll be in Sweden. I'll be at Sweden in 3 hours.
What's it, 3 hours?
It's a 2-hour flight.
He's right next to Heathrow. He could probably do it in less if he really wanted to.
30-minute transit airports. Fucking 2 hours flight. Simple as, mate. Tom's fucking train from fucking Swindon took longer than your flight to England did, alright?
No, see, okay. now I understand what you guys were talking about. I thought you meant that you could go for 3 hours. And I was like, God damn, son.
Oh, no. That's just the start, mate.
That's just a warm-up. That's the damn foreplay. Holy shit.
Man, Aaron's really feeling the Magusi.
It's doing things to my mind, man. As it should.
God.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
So next up, gentlemen, we
didn't even start on the
the
patriarch.
Harlequins.
Oh, God.
Now, I don't know what the hell to suggest for the Harlequins. I really don't. I have nothing.
I want to say skilled. Purely because with their access to the Black Library, there's almost indefinitely 100 different copies or 100 different volumes of fucking, like, the Kumasatra, what's the sex book called?
Kumasatra.
The Kumasatra, yeah, and shit like that. So they're going to know a thing or two. Whether or not they've tried it before is different, but they're going to know a thing.
Yeah.
They're knowledgeable.
They are, just like the other Eldari, they are, ancient as balls. That they certainly do, and that's the thing that all the Eldari do have in common. They know their way around experience.
Mm-hmm. And also, they're going to do some shit you're not going to expect because that's just Harlequins 101 right there.
That's
They're
not in
going
their
to
favor either. Is that another-
multi-reality.
But you don't know what they're gonna do, man.
Isn't that just another situation of opening your eyes to find your asshole filled with a fucking metal rod?
Nah, man.
No.
That's one of the situations. But
Oh, that's another.
if they know every
This is the
technique
thing.
under the book, then it could.
This is the thing. For me, in my mind, any faction that's a roll of the dice, as whether it could be good or bad, is always going to be competent at best. Truly, you know.
I mean, I wouldn't say to roll the dice because they're still humanoid, which is a best case scenario for 40k things more often than not. And they're still technically space elves, so that has its own benefits. So I stand by my point of skilled.
What do you think, Alex?
So, like, it is Space Elf Clussy. So,
Scientifically speaking.
it is Space Elf Clussy. And if you have the choice, I'm going to put it pretty high on the list. So, it's going in skilled for me.
Yes!
I don't have much of an argument besides what they are.
That's 2.
To be fair, the Clussy is quite popular at the moment amongst Western men. Are you a part of that group, Alex?
No.
Is that no or no as in no comment?
My manager has advised me not to talk about this.
Have you played the Phoenix Wright games, my boy?
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Wow.
I forgot about that until now. Nice.
That's where it started from,
On
man.
the screen. That's a fucking... That put a lot of people in that boat, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh. So I'm just saying, and I this is the one that I was most prepared speaking for. I'm just saying, 1, no soul stones, because their souls go to the Laughing God.
Yeah,
So they don't need to fear Slanesh.
of course.
2, mad acrobatics. Mad.
Yeah.
Bendy as hell.
Flexibility. Okay.
And
Very flexible.
and 3, as Alex mentioned, Clussy.
I feel like Moots
Trade offer.
Trade offer.
I feel like Moots' expertise and thoughtfulness on this particular faction should allow him priority on the tier. I would personally give them high competent or low skilled. What do you think, guys? Moots, you go last.
I'm going to say high skilled.
High skilled. Alex?
Skilled beyond Eldari.
Okay,
So,
Moots.
higher than Eldari.
I'm saying pleasure gods. They are definitely above the Exodites.
Okay, well, I'm willing to concede based on your logic, but only if one of the other two is.
For the Clussy, I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, cave as well.
Yeah.
I prefer that to like feral sex. So yeah, no, it's a fair point.
Yeah. It's a fair point.
No,
Oh, gentlemen, right. We have to move on to the greenskins, the Orks.
I've got a good
Useless.
I've got a good point for these guys, but I'll let you guys go first.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
we have to remember, I'm just going to throw it out here. These guys have no idea what sex is. They have no idea what pleasure is. They don't have any genitals.
No.
They are masculine-shaped, muscly giants that are all green and care for nothing more than violence. Honestly, if I had put a tier below useless, that's where I'd put the Orks.
Yeah. See, the Orcs are just gonna think, pleasure? What's that? Is that what you do when you fight people? And then they're just gonna go up and beat you to death. So, useless. Absolutely trash.
Pleasure these hands.
It's just drop you in on the planet. Oh, I've been told to give you a good time. Just whacks you up the mouth.
Raise your fucking jaw, yeah.
Fuck. Oh, man. Yeah.
To be fair, counter argument. I have seen the squigs that Alex have been posting here in the
Yes.
It's very knowledgeable.
I'm just saying, paint squigs, very, very versatile.
In case any of you
You gotta put it on.
The audience would like some context. There are some old hammer squigs that come in some very
Interesting.
curiously chosen shapes and sizes.
If you don't put them on
Tom,
the screen,
Tom,
I'll lose a lot of respect
Put
for
it on
you.
the screen. Put it on the screen, Tom.
Yeah,
Put the
I
damn
will.
paint
I will.
squid on the screen.
Put them all!
On the screen. Fuck. But I don't know, man. Could the one squig? Are the orcs going to have the mental capacity to go, pleasure, should we give him this squig that has some holes? Or are they just going to go, oh, pleasure, you want to get fucking punched in the face? I somehow don't think you're going to make it to the fun squig, honestly.
Yeah,
No.
if
No,
the fun
definitely
squig is available from the start, I'm putting them incompetent. If it is not available from the start, they're going in useless.
Honestly, I think they're useless. I think they're honestly below the Necrons.
See,
I think the
definitely.
Necrons, there's zero chance of you coming out of there dead. I think the Orcs are the only people on this list, apart from a low roll with the Drukhai, that you'll leave looking like a fucking pile of mashed potato.
see, my point for the orcs is similar to like Hanayama from Baki. They're just going to grip your dick if they have any idea what they're going to do. You're going to fucking bust it like a water balloon. And that's going to be the end of it.
Oh,
It's going to be a
Do I have to
bad
put a
fucking
picture of
time.
Hanayama on the fucking screen now.
Yes.
Oh,
Put it from the old series where you see what he really does to people. And that's going to be your dick.
yeah.
And that's not going to be fun. And then it's going to be the balls
No,
after that,
that's
because that's
fair.
what's left.
Oh.
oh.
And it's just going to be a bad fucking time. There's no redemption. It is useless.
All right, boys. I'm weighing in on the Orcs now. I'm saying low useless, but behind the Necrons, honestly.
Unfuckable.
Definitely.
I agree.
Unfuckable, yeah.
Totally unfuckable.
Too dangerous.
Too dangerous. Yeah, it's not worth the risk.
I don't know how you,
There is no chance of fun.
I don't know how you did worse than the race without genitals, but there you go.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have any genitals either. So
Yeah,
it's like,
Oh, right, yeah. The orcs not eat.
they're mushrooms.
They're not eat. I thought they still ate.
What's that, sorry?
I thought they still ate. Would they not have
Yeah,
arseholes?
they eat grots.
Yeah.
Do orcs not shit?
I don't know. I don't know if orc shitting is going to help you with this.
Put it in the comments. We need an answer.
Right, audience, do the orcs poo?
The implications of what Aaron is saying, it scares me.
I know
it
the
far.
old Rogue Trader art did have like very rudimentary organs in there, but orcs also don't need those organs to survive. So
Yeah, exactly.
You know, earlier in the episode, I mentioned the word DILFs,
There we go.
Hmm.
and I need to
Oh,
mention
no.
it again now with the Leagues of Votann. You're not telling me for a second the men are short DILFs and the women are short stacks. There is nothing wrong with this. I am totally in. You know, there's nothing wrong with this. The only problem I could foresee that would put them in meh, honestly, would be the fact that they're a civilization of clones, and the odds are that I'd say 50-50 they know what sex is. You could make the argument they have sex for pleasure, which I would buy into, but then you could also make the argument they just don't have any idea what it is because they don't need it, which I'd also buy into. So it's a real tough one.
So are you saying that reminds you of the chart of knows what sex is, does fuck, or knows what sex is, doesn't fuck, doesn't know what sex is, doesn't fuck, and we need to make a version of this with the fucking Xenos races now.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So I completely see and agree with your point, Tom, because I simply don't think they know what sex is. I think probably their idea of pleasure is like taxes, rubbing beards together, and I don't know, merging assets. So that's like
the rock and stone.
Like, we're rich.
We're rich.
rock and stone.
The idea of a good time is mining. That's about it.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
so let's look at
exactly.
this. Let's try and unload it in two ways and see if we can find an average. Let's say they don't know what sex is. I fully suspect you could explain it to them. Unlike the Tyranids or the Genestealers or, God forbid, the Orks. I'm sure you could explain it to them and they'd be like, oh, I get it. All right, let's go. You know? And if they do know what it is, you know, I reckon they do pretty good. I would honestly say worst case scenario, they're at the top end of Met, honestly. And the best case scenario, they're at the high end of competent.
See, now on that point, I'm going to say they're low competent, purely based on the fact, now we're getting scientific here, boys, with how muscular these short stack people are as a race. They are going to be the tightest fucking things in the 40k universe. That's what I'm saying.
Jesus Christ.
Right. So if you
And
want to
you
get
can pick
down
them up.
to the nitty gritty, It's going to be some tight-ass fucking shit. So they're going in low competent for me, son.
I'd say, I'm agreeing with that. I'm happy to put them somewhere incompetent, to be fair. Probably at the bottom end. What do you two think?
Moots is basically one of them, so ask him if you want any references.
Oh, yeah, fuck. I completely forgot Moots. Oh, I've been very so insensitive, honestly. Where do you think you should be?
You come from a long line of Votann Moots. What's your take on this?
Well, if we're taking it that route, definitely pleasure goats, I'm just saying.
Does the downstairs match the height?
What? What does that mean?
I don't know what that means.
Put it in the comments if you know what that means.
We'll give us a tiebreaker, Alex.
I'm gonna put him at meh, honestly. That's maybe just personal taste.
So we got 2 for competent, 1 for meh. Moots.
Yeah, no, I think low competent, high meh. I'm kind of hard to decide there.
Low competent, high meh.
I put him low competent.
I wanted to put, I could put them, and I could same as Moots, low competent, high meh.
I'm okay
what
with
did you
that.
say again, Alex? Did you say meh or low competent?
Yeah, I was like meh competent. I'd say low competent is acceptable.
Let's put them in low competent. We'll review the list in a minute.
Yes.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Tau. It's a shame that we haven't made contact with that one particular artist, Moots.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name?
Sergeant Lonely.
Sergeant Lonely. I'm sure he would have tons to contribute to this conversation.
Put his work on the screen.
Yep.
I cannot safely put his artwork on the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, you can Google Sergeant Lonely Tau, and if the Tau are your thing, I'm sure you'll have a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Personally,
you'll have the best results searching on R34.
Oh yeah. Personally, I can actually be pretty straightforward with the Tau. I think they are like bang center, because ultimately they're a civilization of people that outside of their military are just normal motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be bang middle competent, probably behind the Drukhai, but ahead of the Votann.
See, I see that point, and I raise you Blussy.
No, fuck's sake.
Or to quote honest trailers, bloobs.
I mean,
terrible.
and if they really are fish people, like people keep saying, they're going to be some slippery fucking things. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
High competent.
High competent.
High competent.
I don't know, man. Mid competent.
I think they're above the. Are they above the Genestealers? Fuck.
They haven't got psychic powers. No, I'd say above Drukhai, below Genestealers personally.
I'd say below Drukhai, above the Votann. Honestly, I think the Drukhai, because of their high rolls, could do so much better. But it's just their low rolls that make it dangerous.
It's the lowest of lows.
No, I think I'd put them above the Drukhai.
Yes,
honestly. Really? Yeah. No, because I mean. Just look at the art. The research material speaks for itself, alright?
Shadow Sun can get it.
Fucking hellfire.
And there's rumored to be some pheromone shit as well they do.
I think in the end, it's the same comparison as people that love Star Wars, they love their Twi'leks. I think people will enjoy the Tau the same way.
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be an overall good time, but the high rolls on the Dark Eldar Drukhai would definitely do the job.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them between Drukhai and Votann.
Can I get one of you two to compromise on that?
Blussy. 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 Listen to me.
It's a good argument. He brings good points.
Oh god. I think I can. I could bring them down below the Drukhai. No! It's so close. It's so close.
I guess we're putting them at the same then, pretty much, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there we have it, gentlemen. We have the finished Xenos After Dark tier list with our winners, our losers being the Orks and the Necrons, taking the place of get your dick nowhere near this fucking thing. Jesus Christ, help me. with a bunch of races slap bang in the middle, all entirely justified. I do feel like the way these go up is perfectly fair. I think I could hear an argument for the Drukhai being higher and then the Tau being higher, but honestly, I feel like as an average, this is all right. The Blussy is a perfectly good argument, but it's all aesthetic. It's all aesthetic, and I think ultimately they're in the right place because the talent of the Drukhai will outweigh the Blussy.
But the Blussy is extra slippery. You didn't count that in, man.
Shut the fuck up.
That Firecast Blussy, I'm just saying.
Watercast Blussy, man.
They can colonize me any day. I'm just saying.
Moots.
We know what the third expansion war is really about.
Oh my! And we've got our Craftworlds sat in Skilled. I think none of us can contest that. I think that's a perfectly good location for them.
Yep.
The Exodites at the bottom end of Pleasure Gods because goddamn.
Goddamn.
The Harlequins just above because they really make the most out of that, not needing to worry about Slanesh.
Gotta bend
And
them
the
like a
Tyranids
slap-on
because,
ruler.
And they're naturally just have a good time. Honestly, it's.
I mean, you had me sold when you said acrobats.
Yeah, that was a very strong argument.
Oh yeah. I think the Tyranids, though, being at Pleasure Gods just based on the kind of crazy shit they could make on short notice, just has to win out, honestly.
Adaptive, yes.
Adaptive indeed. Right, unless anyone else has any more to add to this dumpster fire of a video,
None of us are
I'd
safe.
like us to draw it to a close.
I will. It's okay, guys. I'll just call down an exterminatus on us to eradicate all of this. It was nice knowing you all. Okay,
Likewise, man. Have a
calling
good
in
life.
now, pressing the
Entirely
button.
fair. Thank you very much,
All right.
Moots. Oh, and once again, thank you very much, Alex, for joining us on this wild ride that you almost certainly now regret joining.
It was honestly a great time. If we do Imperium stuff, we can talk.
There will be another one. Listen, one day there's going to be a tier list like this, and the Sororitas are going to be on there. And when that day comes, I promise you'll be here.
Good.
Your points about Clussy were very informative, and I thank you for them.
Yes, educational even.
Thank you for having me on. This was honestly a very fun time. I didn't expect it beforehand, but I think we came out to a fair gentleman agreement.
Indeed.
I think so.
Yes,
I
indeed.
think so.
Absolutely agreed. And thank you very much for joining.
Absolutely. Anyways, thank you, audience. Thank you, everyone who watched. Please subscribe. Please
Drop
like.
a comment below.
Oh, yes, and I forgot to mention, because we haven't mentioned it in any of the episodes so far, we want to say a quick thank you to our Patreons at the time of recording. We do not actually have the Patreon sorted, but this video will be up well after that's sorted. I'm assuming we'll have at least one patron at that time. So
Hopefully.
Thank you to our Patreons. Thank you to our Discord members. If you'd like to leave a like and subscribe, you could join our Discord below. Alex's YouTube channel, The Gaming Storyteller, is in the description below. Please take a few minutes to click on that and send him a subscribe as well.
Do it. He makes great content.
Yes. Now only God can judge us for what we've done today.
Right. Thank you very much everyone for watching, and bye-bye.
Exterminatus incoming.
Bye-bye.
Oh, well, hello there. Thank you very much for watching this explicitly cursed episode of the Astartes Anonymous podcast. If you're enjoying the podcast, videos, or shorts, please consider subscribing, joining our Discord, or maybe even looking at our Patreon. We'll see you guys next time. Au revoir.